What's good, everybody? It's Trims by Cartier, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to do the clipper over comb technique. This technique is fairly easy, and it'll help you to save time on your cuts or whatnot. Most of the time I use this is when I'm doing tapers or temp fades, and in some cases, if I can't find a guard or I don't have any guards on hand in certain situations, I'll just go ahead and use the clipper over comb. So to start this process out, I'm going to comb the hair, and then I'm going to cut it down with a 1 guard. And as I'm cutting this down, what I'm doing is separating the hair that I'm going to cut from the locks so that I don't end up nicking any of the hair that's intertwined in the locks. I'm going to take my time and make sure that I'm doing this correctly. And I'm going to make several passes, ensuring that the areas where I'm cutting at are cut evenly. And since I already have the clipper in my hand, I'm going to go ahead and start prepping for my lineup as well, so that when it's time for me to actually do the lineup, I already have that part taken care of, so that I won't have to, keep turning around to grab a different clipper or trimmer. So I'm going to go ahead and prep the lineup area while I have the clipper in my hand. So next, I'm going to grab my clipper or trimmer and create my first guideline and set up for my fade or whatever. So I'm going to do this on the sides and on the back first, since I have the trimmer in my hand already. I'm going to go ahead and create my guidelines first, and then I'm going to get my clipper and go ahead and do the fade. All right, so my first step with the clipper, I'm gonna open the clipper and create a guideline. All right, I'm gonna go up about, let's say about half an inch, close to an inch. And then I'm gonna close it a little bit and start working that line out, notch by notch. All right, now, after I get this line out, I'm gonna start my fading with my clipper over comb. So here I have the big end of the comb that has the bigger teeth. I'm going to start this with the clipper closed, and I'm just gonna go up as if I have my one guard on my clipper, making sure that I'm grabbing the hair and turning it back toward me, turning the comb back toward me to where I can fade. And then here I have the clipper open with the fat end of the comb, and I'm just moving up into my fade. And here all I'm doing is just cleaning up. So now I'm going to take the smaller end of my comb and go back to where that line is that's a little faint, where you can see that bulk or whatnot. I'm going to use the smaller end of the comb with the clipper open to see what it actually does. And then when I see that it's not cutting as much as I want to, I'm going to still keep the smaller end of the comb, and I'm going to close the clipper and try to eliminate that line as best as I can. And then after that process, all I'm going to do is just do my detail work. And as you can see, the fade is pretty much complete now. So, or my steps are complete. And what I'm going to do next is just clean up the fade. If I see any dark spots, I'm going to cut it. And then I'm going to go through my process of the comb to make sure that I'm giving a fluent fade. And this particular technique that I'm doing is called raking. And what this does is, since I have the clipper open, and I'm just basically using the teeth to cut any hair that's like sticking up or anything like that, to make the fade more flush or whatnot. And that's all that is doing. And then here, I'm just using my corners, getting all the dark spots that I see that I can get into to detail the fade a little more. And now I'm just gonna go back into the clipper over comb to make sure that I cut all the areas that needs to be cut. And if I see any dark spots, it's pretty much all I'm doing is detailing at this point. So for whatever I did in the back, that's the same thing I'm going to do on the side. Nothing changes. I'm going to go through my process as far as the clipper over comb. And after I'm done, I'm going to detail. And then that's pretty much going to be it as far as the explanation of doing clipper over comb. Now, this technique may seem intimidating, but once you get to a place where you know what guard does what, it's the same thing with the clipper over comb. Whenever you know what your clipper does, or when you're using clipper over comb, you'll get better at it. You just have to practice and put in use the technique. Now here, I'm just showing you guys in this particular setup or whatnot, I'm just showing you guys like how comfortable it is to use the clipper over comb, and to show you guys the actual hand movement and technique. In this industry, you want to save your joints, your arms and your elbows and your wrists, so you have to use your body in a way that it is comfortable for you, but it's not straining you. A lot of barbers that I know of have shoulder issues, carpal tunnel, back issues with their feet because they don't wear the proper shoes, their knees, or whatever the case may be. But if you use your body properly, it'll cause you to be more efficient. I think the term is called ergonomics. If you use proper ergonomics, you'll last longer in the barbering game. You know what I mean? So make sure you're taking care of yourself. And another thing, make sure you're not bending over these clients. You know what I mean? Like, your chair should be used as a tool as well, just like your clippers. You know what I mean? The chair moves up and down and it spins around. So if you have a client that's sitting low, the only thing you have to do is pump up the chair so that you won't have to be leaning, messing your back up, and turning your chair, just so you won't have to move all around the chair to get a specific thing done, so that you can provide your service. Those are basically tips that I have for you that can actually help you maximize your ability to create income. All right, so now I'm going to start my lineup process, prepping for my lineup. What I'm using is some shaving foam, and I'm going to place it on the areas and the skin that I'm actually going to be lining up. So this actually helps to clean the skin and exfoliate the skin, to rid the skin of the oils and the dirt, so that I have a clean surface to work in. This actually does create that ash line that a lot of people look for with the clippers and trimmers or whatever the case may be. And it gives a sharper lineup, and it cleans the hair as well. So it gives you a clean surface, and it allows you the ability to have a cleaner result whenever you're done with the trimmer, so that you can go behind it with a razor or whatnot. And this is mainly why I use this particular technique, to make sure that the surface is clean, and so that the client can enjoy the experience as well. And this will actually help bring more value to your services. So now I'm going to be spraying some Spritz to hold the hair in place, so that whenever I go to line up, the hair doesn't move. Due to the vibration of the trimmers, or the blades going back and forth with the trimmer causing a vibration, sometimes it'll cause the hair to kind of move whenever you're trying to actually cut it. So the Spritz actually eliminates the hair moving around or whatever. It actually holds it in place. And another result of the spritz is it gives that cleaner look to the line that you're about to apply whenever you do the lineup. And as you can see, this is the result of cleaning the skin using the shaving foam and a warm towel, and also adding spritz. It actually gives you a cleaner line and a sharper line, and actually going over the line multiple times, combing the hair in the direction where it is naturally flowing. This actually helps to get a more cleaner, more sharper line, giving a better result to your cut. So here I'm using the razor to give more definition to the line that I've created. And that's pretty much it as far as the cut. I just wanted to show you guys how you can actually utilize the clipper over comb for this particular video. I do have more content on the way. I appreciate you guys for watching. And if you stuck around this long, I really appreciate it. You know what I mean? I don't necessarily care about the likes or gaining more subscribers. I'm actually just trying to use my gift as an educator and give this, you know, this knowledge and wisdom that I have from my perspective to you guys who are actually looking to become barbers or just ultimately trying to get better.